Hello, everyone. Minnesota Vikings fan 28. Um, I've been uh, see the title. It's been a week. I've been quiet. I've just been doing a lot of thinking and about this week and how it went. Ever since, of course, the loss to the Giants on Sunday. Just a lot of thinking. Um, I don't know what direction I want to go with this, but let's just find a path to go down. So, um, because there's more of a personal and more of a, I don't know, to this. So, because I've sort of been quiet about um, this week for the most part. And I don't even know where I'm going to go with this guy. I just feel like something needs to be said. Um, After the game, I was silent because I was still in more of a state of shock from that last play. I it was just a lot of different emotions going through after the game on Sunday. Um, 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 so I, after the game, I paused. I didn't say anything, and then I see a comment because I'm trying to go through this entire week. Um, I see a comment saying, same old Vikings or whatever. See that? Um, Immediately thumbs it down. Um, in it, and then had to say something. And then I said something about it, so I just made sure no one else, would be using that term or by queers or whatever because that type terminology that is unacceptable insults because I said we deserve all the Christmas we got, but don't that. So I didn't show any emotions on screen when I saw a certain person, not going to name, said that, and then I mean he did that. Also, um, the re I went into it, and I said this in my in my post game. Um, well, there was a certain. I'm not going to name the person. It's just I saw it in a not in the live stream. A person I'm not going to say, but it just got me a little ticked off. Um, yeah, so that yeah they did, but but going back, that's not the whole reason. That's not, I'm not, I'm just, that's not, yeah. So, but I stayed silent, just like it's over. Game's over. It's over. Season's over because I didn't expect it. Because I know people say don't overlook. I know that there's a perspective in saying don't overlook. But when players asked, are you going to, another player never says, oh, we might lose. No, they says, I expect we expect to win the game. Um, so I expected to beat the Giants, and I expected, um, um, you know, um, to have done possibly have done a preview this week. As I said in my post game, I, at this time on Sunday, well, then Monday, because I would have loved that. It was something it was a possibility. It wasn't guaranteed it was going to happen because of schedules and all that, but it was something I was actually looking forward to, and I never got that opportunity to do a preview for the possible Niner game that would be happening today, at Saturday night. So that was sad. Like I like depressed, like a little. That was very saddening to me that like I didn't even get that opportunity. So, um, and then of course a couple days. Um, how I view in terms of all the seeing everyone dunk on us, the pack. Well, I should say, and this is more the football part. I'm still talking more about the football part. I will get to the personal part later, in this because that's what I want to end on. Other football parts, of seeing all the Packer fans, take, um, doing what the Viking fans have done. Of course, Packer fans, the way I view the NFC North, and how I view, the relationship and how I feel about it. Um, the Packers are like, um, no, I'll say it. They are like the corporate elite, Jeff Bezos of the world, and the Vikings, Lions, and Bears are the factory workers, peasants, you know, and we lock arms together, FTP, FTP, FTP. And everyone should know what that means by now. So I guess it was more shocking to see the Bears and Lions fans' reactions. Um, but from the Packer fan reactions, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. They have their 4 Super Bowls. So you know, you know, if we win one, if we win one, immediately they'll be like, oh, win 3 more then. So that's gonna be the reaction to some Packer fans. I need to differentiate. I should have said this before. There are good Packer fans, bad Packer fans. I'm lucky enough to be with a lot of the good Packer fans. So, yeah. So, um, yeah. The Bears. I mean, I feel like I look out for the Bears and the Lions. I have no hatred toward the Bears or the Lions. I will admit something that back when the Bears won the North, um, and they got that with Mitch Trubisky and all that, I wanted them to go, all the way, and because I like a good underdog story. I really like a good underdog story, and I like seeing, um, and I just I like that. Um, so, um, I have no hatred for the Bears, and I wish the best, for them. So, it's okay. It's okay. Bacon and Lions. Lions. I always love the losers. Always cheer for them, and um, And you hate the Bears and Packers? I don't hate the Bears. I don't think like I don't know. They're like they're almost like us. They just have they have a championship 85, but they've been sort of like us and the Lions for many, many years now. So I don't hate the Bears or the Lions at all. Now I yes, my hatred for the Packers is very deep, very deep. Um and that's more of a person, and then that will get more in the personal um, thing. But the Lions, I want them to do good. I would like them to win. Yes, it would affect how the Packer fans would treat us, um, and because you're the only team not win a Super Bowl in the division, blah yada yada. Um, because everyone likes to always dunk on us, even though we are probably the most cursed franchise ever. Ever. I know Bills fans will say we're the most, at least your four Super Bowls more recent than our four Super Bowls. So, um, yeah, but just it's always good to see someone but the Packers succeed, and I always wish the best um, for them. But that's just how I view it. Because when I saw it versus the reactions and when and people support and people, you know, but that's just not how other people view view it. I know, but the Packers are still they have a successful. They are very successful in each they're good. They were good in the past, like in the start. They were good in the middle with the Brett Favre, and then they're good in the recent age with Aaron Rodgers. They won a Super Bowl, won Super Bowls in each one. Um, so that is sort of my. So when we lost against the Giants, I guess I was surprised by some of the surprise, but surprised by the reactions. But everyone's against us, so it is what it is. You know, um, in regards to the more personal um, um, stuff. Um, I guess we can stay in the Packer realm in regards to um, 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 being a fan of whatever team in school, in elementary school. You're either a Packer fan or a Viking fan. And um, I decided to be a Viking fan because I did not like the idea of having, and know this is weird, of being privileged and having champions and like I want to earn them. I didn't want to be indoctrinated with championships already in hand, with my family already being Patriot fans. That made the choice even easier, but it was also harder in you know school, um, and also family, because they're flaunting all their championships, and that's always how it's been. When you're trying to have an argument with a Packer fan, um, with a with a Packer fan who doesn't recognize their privilege, the bad ones, um, you know, it's impossible. So yeah. Other uh, personal, I guess, um, in regards to after the game, we lost. So going back, so now we're going to go back to the game. We lost. Recognize that it's over. It's over. And I'm like, there's no more Viking football because I expected one more week of Viking football, and that's it. We're gonna get destroyed by the Niners. Didn't happen. And like, man, it's over. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, seriously, what am I gonna do? Um, because I wasn't expecting it. The emotions were just down because I wasn't prepared for it. I was prepared to gonna be preparing for next week, and it's just depressing. Um, and the Giants. Um, I'm not going to become a Giants fan. I do want them to beat the Eagles, though. That the Giants, that we should. I mean, I would when I go. I guess if we're really going to talk about that, um, I'm not. I was impressed. It was more the Vikings defense, if anything. Should have fired mid-season. And I said what I said in my short. Like, if we would have had a decent defense, like yes, we had all these wins and all that, we would have won the game. We would have done that. So they're gonna get a reality check tomorrow when they actually have to play. Well, actually today, when they have to play a when they actually have to play an actual defense. So I don't think Danny Dimes is anything that special or anything. We made every quarterback look like Tom Brady in his prime. So yeah, but going back to the personal, um, when it ended, no more Viking football. It just hit me because what am I gonna? Yeah, it's next. So what am I gonna do? Like, what do I like? And I don't know. I would have been more content. I would have been at a point of contention, losing tonight, losing later today to the 49ers. I'm like, wait, and you're like, wait, you're still going out either way. There's either way. What's the difference? The difference being I would have been content um, with it, and now I'm just sitting here more because it hurt more. It really, really hurt. I'm like, "Ugh, why are you still dwelling on this? Why are you still dwelling on this? Get over it. I mean, get over, you know, get over it, and go back to your and then go back to your life or whatever." I I mean, I'm not dwelling on it. I'm not dwelling on it. I'm just like, I don't know. It's it's how can I say this? Basically, I like what life? Like that's basically how I would answer it. Like the Vikings, when I say the Vikings are they're like they are my everything. Like it is who I am in school. Um, and everyone, no, well, first off, I really didn't have many friends in school, and the friends I did have, and everyone who did actually know me, very small handful. Um, I was always the guy who um, really liked the Vikings, and that literally is who I am. I will not. Um, I can talk about the Vikings for forever if you wanted me to. And that's what I want to do, you know, because that's what I like to do. That's what I love to do. Um, so, but then, yeah, but like, I don't really have much. It's hard because you don't, like, yeah, and I like this. I don't really have much outside of this. Like, I don't have I don't know. I don't have um, a fan like a fancy um, I don't know, things to look forward to. I guess I don't have a fancy job interview or fancy or like um, I don't know. I don't have a partner or anything. Um, you know, I mean, this. I don't know the and I don't know. Just when it was over, it was over. I don't know. I guess I was more depressed the next couple of days and just seeing seeing everyone, I didn't want to talk after because because the Vikings are everything to me. Like as much as I like the Wild, the Twins, the Wolves, and all that, I I mean, it's everything. Like what I was going through if you ever watch my um, physical or mental health videos, um, like I was not feeling good. Um, I was not feeling good during a time without football. And was it 2 years ago now? Getting close to 2 years, approaching 2 years now. Was it 2021 where I had a lot of episodes happen? It wasn't until when football started, um, when those symptoms started to go away. Um, and because football's already always been the relaxer thing, and I think also it's now without Viking football or without anything to really look back on because there's no playoff wins. I mean, yes, um, you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna start having symptoms again or whatever since I don't have that distraction or something to look um, back on or whatever. Um, so I don't know. I just want to make it through an off season without any um, um, medical, mental collapses happening. So, um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just when yeah, it just ended. It ended because I wasn't at a point of peace. I just wasn't at a point of peace. Would have been different if that scenario I said. I think it would have been a little better. It would have been better um, if we would have went out this weekend versus last weekend. As I said, it's a point of contention. You're content, but it just wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be. So, um, I don't know. Doing my best to move on, but it's just tough. Exactly. Viking fan 1, 2, 3. Not ready to lose. Just wasn't ready to lose. I think that was the big thing. I wasn't ready to lose. I wanted another I wanted another week, but it's over. And I just I don't know, because I don't really have too many interests. It's not it's yeah, I wanted a playoff win this season. That was the big joke that was made. Didn't get a playoff win. But but no one else wanted us to get a playoff win. No one else wanted us to win. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll continue to be tortured, you know, like one Packer fan, for example, them cocky bitch ass fans can finally be quite for a few. Meant to say quiet for a few. Fuck the Vikings and especially fuck them fans. Okay. I mean, you know, so I agree that some of the fans are cocky and can get really annoying at times. I know I can sometimes get annoying, but you know, I don't know. I just don't like to go over after an entire fan base. Like I more like to go after the team versus than the actual fans because if I go after the fans and I then but fans it's not right because it's only a certain amount of fans. Saying all the fans is not correct. So no, we because we all knew that the Vikings weren't perfect. You knew something was up, and that's oh, thank you for bringing that up, Viking fan 1, 2, 3, because that is actually something else I thought about. Thank you for bringing that up. Um, the fraud thing, because in my personal life, because I don't want to go even say anything. The fraud thing, I sort of made a connection in my personal life to that in a situation because um, things are. I wish things were perfect, but um, I wish things were perfect, but no, it's not. So I compared a situation in my personal life after the laws. Like, man, you know, you knew something was not right, and then one day, like the Giants game, you um, you find out that those fears were true, and that sort of also put me in a very dark place um, too. So, um, Yeah, that's basically without going to specifics because I don't want to go because that's not my time. That's not my place to say it. So, um, yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So, should have been playing tonight. Not doing that. But I always hope the best for basically 31 of the 30. Well, I just can't every team. No. Basically, I hope in terms of the team wise, I hope everyone, you know, everyone but the Packers and all that. So, yeah. And also this week, I've also been going through some sore throat. So I'm slowly getting that back. Um, and that's the quietness is not because of it's just sore throat. Well, well, it is and it isn't, but it's just like I just wanted to block out all the noise, you know. But the Packers, you know, as I said, if we win one, they're just gonna say, "Where's your other three?" So because you can't argue with some of the bad ones, the bad ones. You keep clarifying that the bad ones um, out there. So you know, but I hope the best for the Bears and Lions always. Even though they're technically rivals, always hoping for the best for them. Um, so yeah, um, yeah. Trying to think of anything else in regards to the Vikings. Um, you know, they're not playing, and because I do want yes, I do want this to be my every. I do when I say I want this to be my like this is my everything. I want this to be my everything. I want to be able to do this full time and all that at some point. I want to I want to do this. Um, and right now we are getting toward the edge of it happening. Um, because I do want to sort of end on a positive note here. Because of the pain and the misery, I still say though that if maybe we'd had one more week of Viking football, that the pain and views of the Niner game would still be e- nearly equal to um, I mean, close to this and could have gotten more hours, but currently we're at a flat 3,800 watch hours, 200 more to go. Looking very good, promising, gonna get it hopefully maybe by the Super Bowl or whatever. Um, but that's sort of what we're looking at it right now. So 200 more hours. So before we were at 35 something, and then over the week, over Sunday and all that got up to 3,800. We need 4,000 because this is a we thing. This is us together doing this. So 4,000 is needed um, to go. So um, yeah, trying to think. I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to say. I can't think about it right now. Um, but yeah, I want to make this full time. And the tweet today, well, yesterday now, from a Viking fan named Jason, who got popular over the weekend because he tweeted at the Vikings for playoff game tickets, and they actually gave it to him. Um, but yeah, he said someone at work told me I talk about the Vikings all day. I should find a way to make that my actual job. Yeah, that's the goal. And I feel the exact same way because everyone knows me, even at work, at the work I have. I am the Vikings guy. Everywhere I'm known, that's all they know me for. I like the Vikings, and that's it. So, yeah, you could. I'll figure out what I want to stream if I do want to. Um, because we got some games to go. I'm not sure about the Super Bowl just yet. Um, but yeah, I understand, but like I understand. I understand. I understand that. It's so like you're picking you know from them. I don't know. It's not worth having an argument over the bad ones. So um, yeah, because they can always because because they don't recognize their privilege. So yeah. Um, literally, there was something I thought about, and I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know. But um, I'm just going through the motion. I'm just going through the motions. So you know, just want to clear out noise, clear out the noise. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry, just disappointed. I didn't shed any tears. I was just disappointed. And I just wanted to block out all the noise. So, you know, yeah. But oh yes, thank you. I mean, yes, I remember now. I remember now. I remember now. I was about to go off, but I remember what I wanted to say now about this season. About because I did refer to this in my post game against the Giants about the games itself, how it got me to feel. Um, um, we had a lot of one score games, but I don't think people recognize exactly what I was going through in regard to most of those one score games. I'll I did give 2 examples, both being the overtime games against the Colts and the Bills. Um, the Colts game, um, literally after the game, I threw up. The Bills game, I felt like I was gonna pass out. I think that was the one time I actually grabbed something like some deli meat to eat because like I need to get some food in myself. Um, and then there were some other games. I think it was the Jets. Um, a lot of the games in the second half of the season, the one score ones. The Saints one was in the morning. That wasn't that bad, but I the nerves were always. I sometimes felt loss of feeling in my left arm. When I say, and I don't say this, I know people have joked about, oh man, cardiologist or whatever. You know, when I say the Vikings were trying to like they want to kill me. I literally mean that. I am not joking around. They wanted to kill me because you could see in a lot of those, and especially the Colts one, you saw my reaction putting it up like this. You've maybe seen it in some of my other one score games if you look back. I know the Jets game, put the hoodie on, just trying to. I was literally controlling my breathing because um, I felt like I was going to pass out on stream. There was many times I felt like I was literally gonna pass out on stream, and that is not good. Um, and when you have to go through that week after week after week, it's not good. Um, I mean, it's just bad. I mean, the you know we can't win normally for the most part, except week 1 and week 18 for the most part. So in the majority of the one score games, I literally, except the ones against the lot, like for example, Jim, the games I streamed with Jim B, I don't think I did that because I had somebody, but but and like a lot of the other one score games, where I was streaming, sitting down for long periods of time, whether it was the hood up, the hood, the actual hood up over this, controlling my breathing, having some losses of feeling in my arm, those were real things. Like, it was not fun. Um, a lot of the time, to go through that. And I've shared in the middle of the season, I was already going through some stuff. And with my already medical stuff that I have, adding Viking football on top of that was very it was very dangerous in a way. Um, and I would not recommend this to anybody. This team to anybody, because like last year, like we lost a lot of one score games, um, and then we won a lot of one score games this year. So, but yeah, it was really scary. Um, and after some of those games, only the Colts game I puked after, but a lot of the time I got close to puking after a decent amount of those one score teams. I'd soon to stream off. I would just grab some. Like I always had something maybe y'all maybe didn't recognize, but I always had at least 3 to 4 bottles of water next to me, um, for the stream. Um, keep drinking it, keep drinking it, keep drinking it. Just because of possible gag reflex because of just some medical stuff, and you adding stress on top of that, that's not good. So I needed to combat that with water. So, well, when the Vikings are your everything, you don't have, yes, I do try to take care of my health, but the Vikings, literally, when I said it, are my everything. It's the one thing besides family, friends, that give me happiness. Um, because I don't have much happiness, um, in this, or in this life. Um, I don't want to talk. No, don't talk about the pure. But like this team means everything to me. Like it's a deep thing that I decide for myself. Do not talk about the Packer. You cannot. You have your rings. That's it. This is what I'm trying to say. You can't argue. You can't argue because this is what I'm saying. You have your four. You're good. Just saying. So, till we win one, it is what it is. Every year. That's crazy. That's crazy. Packer 79. But yeah. Um I I just needed time. I just needed time. And now that we're heading into divisional round today, that we should have been in, it is what it is. Wanted the preview. Wow. Ishi. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Really wanted to have that matchup today. Really wanted to have that match today because it would have been today because Cowboys Buccaneers would have played the Eagles instead, but really wanted it. So thank you for the hugs. There's a lot of heartbreak for the Vikings. So you know, and I always cheer for teams who don't have much. Um, so you know, I want either the Bills, the Bengals, the Jaguars to win the Super Bowl. Those are my three. It's been since 1977, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 1976, my mistake. It's been 47 years since the Vikings have last made a Super Bowl. You think about that. It's been a very, very long time since the Vikings have been to a Super Bowl. So, because I don't wish that on anybody. I would never wish that on my worst enemy. So that's why I just don't like um, teams with a lot of championships um, complaining. The Packers have made it in the Super Bowl in 12 years. Yada yada. No, no, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you. Don't complain. You got your championships. So, you know, continue to be petty. Continue, being you know, looking down at the North um, as your Amazon workers, you know. But one day, one of us, Vikings, Bears, Lions, will take you down. And hopefully it's the Lions if it's not us. Because that's the more likely one that's going to happen. The Lions have a very good chance to win the North next year. But yeah, but I will take all the criticism if the Lions win the Super Bowl, being the only team to not have won a Super Bowl. It will come, hopefully, hopefully. But you know, no reason to be petty. You, if no reason to be petty if you've won 4 Super Bowls. That's why I don't understand about some Packer fans. No reason to be petty. You won your 4 Super Bowls. No reason to be petty. So exactly, Zach. Exactly. I hope for that. I want it. Same thing like other Minnesota sports teams. If we're even talking within the division, Chicago's had their championships, whether it's the Blackhawks, the um, the Cubs. Now, for one, the the you know the Twins, the only Minnesota men's team that have won a championship was the Twins, and they have two. That's it. Wild, nothing. Wolves, nothing. Vikings, nothing. Just the Twins in 87, 87, and 91. And that's it. Detroit, they got the Pistons. They got the Red Wings. Um, wait, have the Pistons have one, right? I assume. Sorry, this is how educated I am about NBA. They do. They do. But it's been no, yeah, they have one in 3 NBA. Good. But they got the Pistons, the Red Wings. Um, I think the Tigers have one before. Yeah, they won 4. So like they have one in regards to the whole division in terms of city-wise. Minnesota is very deprived of it, so we're not used to seeing that. And yeah, in regards to another by the same person I was talking about the cocky bitch ass fans, saying the cocky bitch ass fans because I'm not going to name them because you know I follow them, they follow me. Um, but there's a little bit of winning gets to their heads and makes them more unbearable. What else do we have? What else do we have? What else do we have? Like, of course, we need something to hold on to, you know. So, I don't think we're clueless, and I don't think we're clueless. A clueless fan base, yeah, a little bit of winning gets their head and makes them even more unbearable. I think someone like just like all fan bases, there are some fans that are not good, some fans are fine. So it is what it is. These are just some late night thoughts I've had. So talked about that. So just a lot of thoughts I've had. Just a lot of thoughts. Expressing, whether it's expressing, you know, what I feel about just like going um forward about, talking about my relationship with the Bears. I mean with the Bears, with the Packers and the rest division, or whether it's talking about the you know, outside of football stuff and talking about medical stuff and all that. Um, you know, it's yeah. So it's just a lot of stuff I had to, that was going through my head, and the Vikings and Bike queer stuff. But that will always be that will always get to me. So yeah. And I also been thinking about videos I'm gonna do. There is gonna be a video I am looking forward to doing, but also scared of releasing. Um, been thinking about it since July, I want to say. So yeah, that's something I also was thinking about. There will be a video coming out eventually. Um, some, but because now the season's over. So yeah, yeah, we do have an Olympic Suni Lee, and she blew the gal horn for the Vikings Patriots game that I went to, and that was a great experience. That was a great experience. So yeah, I just hope that next year will be the year. Ed Donatell ruined the season. He just did. It could have been so much better because I prefer losing knowing that we could have been knowing where we could have been. Like when you play 100%, when you play 100%, you gave it all you had. You did all you could do. When you do all you can do and you lose, it's one thing. But when you know you could have made changes like firing at Dontel, doing a 4-3 defense instead of a 3-4 defense. Yeah. Do I think Kirk's the guy? I don't know if I'm really thinking about that right now. In regards to next year, Kirk is the guy for next year because of the contract. So that's all I'm gonna say. Kirk played a great game except for that one pass, but legit, he played a good game besides the one pass. Everyone blaming Kirk is a freaking idiot for the game. Ed Donatell is the only one you really should blame for the game. That's all. And at least that gave me a little bit of happiness. Because my gif for the tweet was really exaggerated. Because I should have said finally. I should have found a gift instead of popping champagne. I said finally. Finally. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'll look back at the games that we won, but it just doesn't feel right without a playoff win. Especially it was 2 first-year head coaches, Dayball and Kevin McCall. Dayball's done a great job, by the way. I just think they just got lucky when they played a non-existent defense. So that's just my opinion. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna move forward now and continue with my thoughts. Um, in what I'm gonna do. So, am I gonna stream a game this weekend? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. The throat is finally getting better. Um, so maybe. I'm not sure if tomorrow, Eagles Giants, or maybe a bit Bengals Bills. I don't know. But there will be championship game predictions after the Cowboys Niners game that I do know. So there you have it. 200 more hours to go. Well, give me 1 minute. We'll update the screen. Don't worry. We'll update when we get to 2 o'clock because YouTube loves to update at 2 o'clock a.m. Central Time, which is 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Pacific Coast Time. So we'll know exactly if we got a little bit more now or less. I don't know. A little bit less. So instead of 3,800, we're at 3,796. So it's because it's how many hours within the 365-day period. So yeah, didn't really not that much. So yeah, so probably gonna stream a game. Gonna try to because this weekend will be close to the 1 year anniversary. Will be almost 1 year of my reaction to watching the Packers losing to the Niners. So um yeah. Um that brought in some hours and views. So in some days it won't count anymore. So I'm gonna have to try to outperform that. Um, do some damage control on that. So if anything, it's more looking like I might break it. Maybe hopefully by my birthday. That's sort of what it's looking at like right now. I know I said Super Bowl, but we might just be a little short of that um, by then. But really cross my fingers for a birthday, um, the 24th. So yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, I forgot to mention one other thing, I guess, since we're getting stuff off the chest here. Um, um, one thing about the channel, I actually should have said, I don't think I ever said this, um, but when I went to the Patriots Vikings game, and I just wanted to show the intros, I was live streaming the intros and all that, not the actual game itself. Um, YouTube took it down. Also, well, NFL, well, YouTube took it down and gave me a copyright strike back on November 23rd. So that copyright strike will not go away until um, 20th, February 23rd. So yeah. So basically, the copyright strike basically won't go away until my birthday. So um, yeah, because I knew filming the game was illegal, but I thought, oh, the intros, no big deal. So it is what it is. Um, but you know, I got like just over 30 days to go, so it's okay. I can still live stream and all that stuff. It's when you get multiple. It's when you get like two, you can't do it anymore. So yeah, so that was also a bummer thing. Um, no, but I was actually at the game, the Patriots Vikings game. Yeah, they're streaming like yeah, their channel's streaming. Oh yeah, but I just was just like, oh my god, I want to yeah I'll show the intros to everybody. But instead of doing that, I should have just I don't know. I maybe should not have done that. But I didn't think the intros were a problem versus the actual like I know the actual game you can't live stream that. So you know yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. You live and learn. So I know not to do that. Do not live stream when you're actually at an NFL game, or do not show the field at any point. I should say, live stream. I should say, because I've posted game the actual plays of the game, um, and that never got taken down or whatever. But it's the live streaming that the NFL has the issue of. Um, um, so yeah, I already knew not to live stream during the game, but the actual posting of the touchdowns, I felt like um, you know that was fine when I did it in video form and not live stream mode. So yeah, it is the non-football, not fun league. So it is what it is. That's something I was also down about because after the game, I'm like, damn, I want to get these 4,000. I want to get these 4,000, and I can still, and technically, you can still apply for YouTube monetization. You can apply for YouTube monetization even with a strike. Um, so, you know, yeah. And besides, I already thought I'm probably gonna hit it right when I get it off anyway. So my birthday is really the goal. February 24th is the goal to get the 4,000 watch hours. So then I can apply on my actual birthday. So literally, it will go away maybe the day before or the day of my birthday. So yeah. So yeah, just yeah, just doing my best every single day. So I kept you all up here. I think just things need to be said in regards to my. I just needed time. I just needed time. So yeah, hopefully Viking fan. But I just needed time. So because you have expectations, even if they're low expectations, like beating the Giants, oh, and then losing to the Niners, it's just I don't know, it just hurts. It just hurts. Just seeing the reactions, you know, just like, oh, no, I don't, I don't want to do this, you know, yeah. So, so, and also the other thoughts going through my head, um, with the connecting personal stuff and all that stuff. So, yeah, just a lot of thoughts going in through this week, just going downhill and then thinking darker and darker and darker. And just, and then now just this live stream is sort of me coming to a content point now. So either way, today was a point of contention because I would have been content after losing to the Niners today if we would have played them. Like right after, I've been like, okay, I'm content. But this one takes a little bit longer because I hate it every single year. It just sucks because it's being a Viking fan is worse than being a Lions fan because they get your hopes up and they crash to the ground. Hopes up, crash to the ground every single year. While the Lions, yes, they're bad, they're worse. They haven't been to many, only one playoff game in the Super Bowl era, but they really don't have that expectation. Now they do. Now they do. But for the most part, they just have that, and they don't give you heart attacks like the Vikings do, which honestly is a problem. Yeah, a problem. And the Vikings mess with your emotions and all that stuff. So Vikings fans basically have it the worst, in my opinion, because we've probably lost the most playoff games. We've been to the playoffs. The team with the most playoff games, but no Super Bowl is the Vikings. So they just let you down. It just feels like life. Like people let you down. You know. But it's what I love. It's what I love. This team means everything to me. So yeah. They mean way more to me than all the other Minnesota teams. I love the rest of them, but this one is something special because it's the one thing throughout my life that's kept me consistently happy outside of family and friends. Just that, not including friends and family. This is the one that Vikings are the one thing that keeps me that happiness, even when they do let me down. But I just love I'm here, and I want to win, and I want to witness their first Super Bowl. No Packer fan can say I watched our team win our first Super Bowl. I mean, well, sorry, no Packer fan in my era say that. So yeah, so that's all I really want to say. Thank you for hearing me out. We move on to divisional rounds, and I'll let you know what game we're gonna stream. So thank you all for watching. This has been Adam, also known as Minnesota Vikings Man 28. And as always, Skull.